Hello fellow classmates of Mr. Hoff's social class. I will be talking to you today about the reconquest of Europe, and it started in France, more specifically Dieppe, and then eventually moved on to D-Day in Normandy. We're going to start with the raid in Dieppe. This raid was also known as Dieppe Raid or Operation Jubilee. The Dieppe raid took place along the northern coast of France on August 19, 1942. About 6,000 Canadian and British and U.S. troops raided the northern beaches of Dieppe, France, in an attempt to seize and hold a port occupied by Germany. The Canadian officers planning the assault believed that the combination of speed, surprise, and sheer shock caused by having tanks come ashore would be enough to carry the day raid. This attempt ultimately failed and ended up with around 3,360 people killed, wounded, or captured. These events influenced the campaign of Operation Overlord and Operation Torch. Now we have some not-so-fun facts. The Dieppe landings were planned on 6 beaches, 4 in the front of the town itself, and 2 in the eastern and western sides. From the east to the west, the beaches the British codenamed were yellow, blue, red, white, green, and orange. Now onto the second half of the topic, in D-Day in Normandy. When the Allied armies started their campaign on D-Day, June 6, 1944, it marked the beginning of Operation Overlord, which we heard from the last segment. After tons of careful planning, the Allies are ready to advance to the second front. The Allies mainly consisted of American, British, and Canadian troops, along with smaller groups of Australian, Belgian, Dutch, French, and Polish naval, air, and ground support. The German defenses had varying degrees of effectiveness. D-Day was made possible by all the citizens from the mother countries creating weapons, ammunitions, and tools, as well as financially supporting the war. The combined total of casualties was 425,000 soldiers on the ground, in the air, and out at sea. And now we have some more not-so-fun facts. The code names the Americans gave for the 5 beaches where the Allies landed were Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. World War II casualties totaled between 50 and 70 million people dead. And now we have some more not-so-fun facts. The code names the Americans gave for the 5 beaches where the Allies landed were Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. World War II casualties totaled between 50 and 70 million people dead. Thank you all for tuning into our show. We hope you learned something interesting. Thanks.